Helicopter up in northern Miyagi Prefecture. We're at Tsunami, obviously coming in several sweeps, hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, Japan. Remember that tsunami comes in several waves and several sets. It doesn't come in just one set. Additional sets go moving upstream. Miyagi Prefecture, tsunami waves in Sendai area. A large part of the city has been struck, engulfed by this tsunami. Farms being washed away along with houses. We don't know the extent of the damage or the number of casualties or the number of injured yet at this time, but obviously that tsunami being extremely large, you can see the white tsunami waves moving extremely rapidly upstream. You're seeing live coverage of a tsunami moving upstream in Miyagi Prefecture in Sendai City from the Pacific Ocean, engulfing a large part of the area. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning not just for this area, but for Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. For those of you near the coast or living in the coastal areas, please do move to higher ground. The tsunami has already hit several times along the Pacific coast area of Japan. That tsunami, that huge tsunami you can see from our live helicopter cameras hitting Miyagi Prefecture in northern Japan in Sendai City. It's from the major earthquake that hit Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency revising the quake upwards to the magnitude of 8.4, one of the largest earthquakes since the 1995 earthquake that hit the greater Hanshin area. It's been over an hour and a half, and we're still seeing large tsunamis moving and hitting the area of Sendai in Miyagi Prefecture. That tsunami obviously is going to hit the coastal areas as we speak. We do not know the extent of the damage at this time, but obviously a huge tsunami hitting the coastal area of Miyagi Prefecture, Sendo area, in the Sendai City area. More than 4 million buildings in Tokyo, more than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There has also been massive power failure in areas hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. More than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There's also been a massive power failure in the area hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. Once again, more than 4 million buildings in Tokyo and surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There has also been a massive power failure in the area hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. A major earthquake has hit Japan on Friday afternoon. Japan's meteorological agency says the earthquake measured magnitude 8.4. The earthquake hit about an hour and a half ago. You're obviously seeing some tsunamis hitting the coastal areas of Miyagi Prefecture and Sendai area. The agency has issued a tsunami warning, or has been issuing a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast, along with other areas, Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center issuing tsunami warning for Japan, Russia, Marcus Island, Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island, and Taiwan. Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary Tetsuro Fukuyama told reporters as follows.
We are
prioritizing human lives. We will work with local governments to facilitate their actions, providing as much information as possible. We are going to provide information to those affected by the disaster in cooperation with local governments.
That was Tetsuro Fukuyama, Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary. And here's some live footage of Ichihara in Chiba Prefecture. Obviously some fires going off. And it looks like some kind of plant there, We do not know if it's a chemical plant or what type of plant it is at this time, but it looks like some plant is on fire. And this is live coverage of Ichihara City in Chiba Prefecture. We are still feeling a bit of aftershocks in the studio as we speak. This is live coverage of Miyagi Prefecture from our helicopter in Sendai area. Tsunami is hitting a large area, destroying farmland, homes, sweeping away cars and trucks. The tsunami had been moving upstream. We're seeing several sets of tsunami hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area. For those of you living near the coast, please do move to higher ground as soon as possible. And for those of you who have just tuned into NHK World, a major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon, with Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measuring 8.4 magnitude, one of the largest to ever hit Japan. The agency has issued a warning, a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. Obviously, that tsunami already landing, several sets landing in northern Japan. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could reach between 6 and 10 meters. Some of the tsunami already engulfing farmlands, homes. We do not know the extent of damage or the number of casualties at this time. Obviously, the situation is extremely fluid, things changing on a minute-by-minute basis. Transportation, the majority of the Tokyo area has been stopped. All transportation in northern Japan, train lines have been stopped. This looks like it's the airport. This is coverage of Sendai Airport, obviously completely flooded. This is coverage of Sendai Airport in northern Japan, where the earthquake has hit the hardest, magnitude 8.4, about an hour and 30 minutes ago. In Miyagi Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 on Japan's seismic scale. That's the largest from 0 to 7. It is the largest scale since the Great Hanshin earthquake back in 1995, but the magnitude 8.4 is much bigger. A major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon, about an hour and a half ago. Japan's meteorological agency saying the quake measured 8.4. Along with the tsunami warning, the tsunami has already hit several times. And you're seeing live coverage from our camera crew on a helicopter in Sendai.
Honshu is the central island. It's the most populous. It's the one which is home to Tokyo, to Osaka.
Sendai Airport in Miyagi Prefecture. Tsunami has obviously swept right into the airport. You can barely see the takeoff platform of that airport. Otherwise, it's been completely flooded from the tsunami. You're seeing live coverage of the Miyagi Prefecture, the Sendai area, from NHK's camera crew on a helicopter, covering the situation and the depth of damage in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan. According to Japan Airlines in Tokyo, Haneda International Airport in Tokyo has reopened 3 of its 4 runways. It is allowing landings of planes which have been waiting above the airport. Japan Airlines says the airport might close all the runways again if further aftershocks occur. Narita Airport near Tokyo and Sendai Airport in northern Japan are still closed. Narita Airport near Tokyo and Sendai Airport in northern Japan are still closed. An NHK helicopter has captured images of an oil refinery, or capturing images of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture near Tokyo on fire. This is an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture, the prefecture right next to Tokyo. It's on fire. Black smoke, as you can see, it's billowing from the refinery. An NHK helicopter capturing images of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture near Tokyo on fire. Black smoke can be seen billowing from the refinery. We're back to live coverage from our helicopter in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, northern Japan. That looks like the Sendai airport almost completely flooded from several tsunamis that has hit the area. Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary Tetsuro Fukuyama told reporters on Friday that the governor of Miyagi Prefecture has asked the government to send self-defense force units to deal with the situation.
SDF personnel are currently contacting local governments and related agencies to assess the extent of damage. On top of the buildings at Sendai area and Sendai Airport, they're obviously moving to higher ground as the tsunami has hit the area. They're moving to safer, higher grounds. You can see that people have been on the very highest top of the roofs of Sendai Airport. And there's a look at the control tower of Sendai Airport. People obviously evacuating to higher ground on top of the roof on Sendai Airport, where a large tsunami has engulfed a large area of the city. Obviously some fire in Chiba Prefecture of an oil refinery in Ichihara area. This is live coverage of an oil refinery where not just black smoke, but you can see an inferno, fire breaking out on an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture north of Tokyo. Chiba Prefecture lies right north of Tokyo, and you can see an inferno, fire breaking out, and large fire breaking out on an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture. Black smoke seen billowing from the refinery, and it looks like firefighters are having an almost impossible situation to be able to control that at this time. A large fire breaking out of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture. And that fire does not look like it's going to be going out anytime soon. Obviously, we are reporting this as we see things and as information starts coming into our newsroom. Things fluid, developing as we speak. Several fires have broken.
A system here where there are set evacuation points that when an earthquake occurs, everybody knows to go there. That's especially true with schools and larger buildings. So I think at the moment they're just concentrating on making sure everybody's on high
tech.
We're seeing now on screen certainly looked to me like an oil refinery which is on fire. I think was
of Tokyo. Our helicopters also at Miyagi Prefecture covering live the Sendai area where obviously a large tsunami has hit an area engulfing big parts of the city. The tsunami had moved upstream quickly. It's engulfed the area. You're seeing live footage from our helicopters up in Miyagi Prefecture in the Sendai area where a large tsunami has engulfed farmland, homes, cars. But we do not know the number of casualties at this time. A major earthquake hit Japan on Friday afternoon. about an hour and 40 minutes